Cleveland Cavaliers are like the magic 8 ball of NBA teams. Shake them up and you have absolutely no idea what kind of response you're going to get. They can be fun and light, or moody and mean. They can look like the most determined squad in the world, or a team that would rather be doing literally anything besides playing basketball with each other. So tonight, as the Cavs face a Game 4 they absolutely need to win, which squad is showing up? Sometimes it seems like it's just a matter of whether the Cavaliers actually want to try. And yeah, sometimes that is part of it. Effort is key to playoff basketball. That's why hustle stats exist. But for the Cavaliers, there are actual tangible factors that spark that effort. And Coach Ty Lue is going to try to replicate all of them. The Cavaliers need contributions from their role players, so those players will be active early. Did you see George Hill engage from the jump on Saturday? Yep, the Cavs want more of that. Movement from Hill, from J.R. Smith, from Kevin Love. And they've installed specific sets to get that going. And when, well, if, they can once again pay that off in the form of made shots, that in turn opens things up for LeBron, so he doesn't have to fend off quite as many bodies to score. And frankly, so he doesn't have to do all the scoring. And that, in turn, allows LeBron to expend more energy defensively. We all know that for large patches of his career, LeBron was one of the league's best defenders. But let's be honest, it had been quite a while since we'd actually seen it. In fact, if you had ranked the Cavs players by their defensive ratings this postseason, LeBron wouldn't have even cracked the top 5. But all that changed in Game 3. LeBron was in Jaylen Brown's face from the first quarter. Actually, he was in everyone's face, forcing 4 Celtics turnovers all on his own. If an assignment was missed or blown, he was often right there to double back with a second effort. And time after time, he gave the Cavaliers some of the true rim protection they so sorely needed. And of course, if the team's other players see LeBron flying around on defense, they are much more apt to follow, which makes a huge difference. In Games 1 and 2 of this series, the Cavs only contested 58% of the Celtics' shots. You're going to make an opponent look pretty good if you leave them open nearly half the time. But in Game 3, the Cavaliers contested 76% of Boston's shots, and the effect was noticeable, as the Celtics often had to settle for long twos or panicked early in the shot clock. So what will we get tonight as Cleveland tries to avoid going back to Boston down 3-1? Will all those dominoes fall again, creating the perfect conditions for the Cavs? No one really knows, but it is clearly time to shake things up and find out.
All right, so you can look, Vince, at LeBron's defensive numbers. This, to me, was one of the keys of the whole game. I can only do that, though, on one end if he's got a little bit more energy from not having to do everything on the other end. Which team do you expect to see tonight?
I expect to see the championship caliber team. Of course, they're playing their veterans and guys that have been there. And I think you will see this defensive LeBron when what we consider the others, the George Hills and the guys, come out with that aggression. I mean, George was aggressive from the tip, and that's what they need. He didn't have to put up, meaning LeBron, didn't have to put up 21, 24 points just to keep them in the game.
Right.
It's now say, hey, I can move the ball and let JR shoot, let Kevin Love go to work, let George Hill create and get into the paint and knock down shots. And then now he can take over in the second half and be the LeBron James that we know.
That wasn't the Cavs team that I know in Game 3. They don't play defense like that. But it wasn't also the Cavs.
It was one time long ago, back in 2016, but they don't live here anymore.
But the teams that we saw in 1 and 2 wasn't the Cavs either. So I think we're going to see a more normalized game tonight. Also, the Celtics understand the importance of this game. I can't say for sure, but my experience and my feel for this series tells me the team that wins tonight wins this series. And I feel like both teams understand that, and I think you'll see both teams play with that sort of intensity.
Do you feel like this series or even tonight's game, it's going to go depending on whether the Cavs are strong or whether they're cold, or whether it's going to go depending on whether the Celtics are hot or cold?
I mean, they're home, Cleveland, so they have to play well at home.
Right.
They have to protect home court because you go down 3-1. Boston is too good at home.
Yeah.
They play with a lot of confidence. Right now, they're learning how to play on the road at this level. I mean, Series 1, you're learning. It's like, oh, okay. Series 2, okay. Now we're playing for a lot of marbles to get to our ultimate goal, and they're still trying to tread lightly and just figure it out. So I think tonight they're going to play a little better, play freer. Mm-hmm. But I think the Cavs going to have to play top-notch basketball to win this one.
I think the Celtics will play a little more under control. I thought Terry Rozier especially was really jacked up
Yeah.
playing at home
Yeah.
here in Cleveland in Game 3. I think more moderated from him. Also, I think Brad Stevens will have some wrinkles involving Al Horford. So
Gotta
I think
get him
just in
involved.
general, we'll
Yeah.
see a better game.
I mean, look, Brad was pretty clear the last couple of days. He's going to try to shake Horford free. He didn't like a lot of the cuts the Cavs were making. What do you think is going to be the biggest
Well, real
difference
quick,
there?
what also hurt them, Jaylen Brown getting in foul trouble.
Yes.
He's been one of their go-to guys. He's been playing at next level, playing at another level right now. He's in foul trouble. He sits on the bench, and you don't give Horford the ball. That's
And they
you're not
put
gonna
LeBron
win.
on Jaylen Brown.
That's exactly what I was
which
going to say. Guess who
yeah.
got him into foul trouble?
Correct.
So there's a little bit of that.